Is there a chance that his health takes him out? Yes. You know, we talked about the fact that there was a butterfly, that we saw a butterfly insertion point on the bruise of Donald Trump. And then we had some healthcare providers here weigh in on why he would have had a butterfly. Uh, uh, is it a blood draw, or why would they have given if they had, you know, it's painful. Like I had a blood draw there, and I don't know why the last time they did a blood draw there, but they said, is it okay if we do it here? I think because I had trouble rolling up my thing. That was it. Um, but so usually because it's more painful, it hurts. The skin, it hurts. I don't like to get, the hand is very sensitive. I don't like getting, you know, when I became a doctor, we had to go through med school and learn how to do draws. Same with nurses. And we have to do draws on each other. And it hurts to take, it's far, the cubital is far less painful. But, you know, I've had it. You can see the little mark that's been left from, sometimes it will leave a mark. You see my mark? And what I said is that this area looks to be the point right about here where the needle went. Can you all see my pointer? Right here is where the IV was placed. You can see it's slightly red here. And it looks like his skin, the capillaries broke, and that looks like blood thinners. So I would say that this person is you can see here, this blood coming up around here, and the insertion point right here for the butterflies right here. That red area, right about here is where they went in. And this looks like makeup. This is an older bruise too, the discoloration we're seeing, which leads me to think at the time the photograph is taken, we can go back a few days. If they're like, where is Trump? We haven't seen him for a couple of days. Remember that? He may have been getting some kind of medical procedure. Also, he was falling asleep when he was at the parade. So I think when we didn't see him for a couple of days, that's probably when he got some kind of medical checkup. Maybe he had the flu. Maybe he wasn't feeling well. I think he's on blood thinners, which caused the bruise. We can see the bruise is a couple of days old. And again, you can see here where the main area is healing last, probably because that is the point of the injury from the butterfly. Interesting. It's very interesting. I'd be interested to find out from nurses, what do you, if they weren't doing a blood draw, then why were they inserting a butterfly? Huh. What kind of medicine do you think he was being given? I'd be interested. Yes, Joel, it's quite painful. I don't enjoy getting, you know, can you see my scar from when they did it to me? I don't know. Am I making any sense right now? Yes. Yeah, so that's the story and the glory, as they say. Oh, you guys can see it. I just noticed myself. It takes a couple of seconds for me to see the playback because I'm looking on the Sunday there. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you see the dots? Yes, there it is. Oops. That dot. That is from a blood draw. They will often leave a little scar. And that is where we see the vector, the insertion point, the vector. The first thing when I saw his hand bruised, I looked for the vector. I looked to see if there was an insertion point, and then I found it. Anybody else, any other doctors, physicians, nurses, look for the vector points, and yeah. Oh, it's scabbed. Oh, interesting. That could be blood sugar dysregulation also. So we're looking at potentially diabetes and coronary artery disease and blood thinners. Because, you know, you get those kinds of things when a person also gets secondary conditions like candida, albicans, when you get yeast moving in, which is common in diabetics, right? So if we're seeing something that looks like yeast forming on the hand, that could be sugar in the blood. Yeah, you'll see it a lot on the feet. The feet will start to get fungal infection. So if there's fungal evidence of a fungal infection on the skin, that's pretty bad. That would mean that his immune system is depressed and his blood sugar may be elevated, which would be leading to increased risk for athlete's foot, funguses that can cause some strange things on the hand. And so, God, he sounds like he's very ill. Warfarin on Coumadin is harder to monitor. A lot of the time they'll use Plavix. When I was working a lot in that area, now they use new generation. The problem with Plavix is that it's always the same dose. What is it, 70 milligrams, 75 milligrams? So I can't remember. Yeah. So that's I'd like to hear other people's opinions. Nurses, why do you think that they ran Butterfly? What do you think they were trying to do? Were they giving him a medicine? Has his veins collapsed? What the heck is going on? Of course, this is all speculative. We are not diagnosing or prescribing. We're just having a conversation, like as fellow human beings. What do we think is going on? Yeah, he's probably on statins. I would definitely assume he's on statins and on a blood thinner. And I'm thinking this is also looking like diabetes. If he's starting to get a fungal infection, if people are starting to see what looks like a fungal infections and things like that, that's pretty sick. Well, an example would be somebody with HIV. I'm not saying he has HIV, but a lot of the time if your immune system, if your cell mediated immunity is wiped out, then you can die from other things. A respiratory infection can take you out, and funguses can take over, etc. And that's something we'll see in advanced HIV. Okay, on that.